What made you like change from like your passion to deciding like I gotta I gotta grow up? I guess you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was it. Like I think you hit on the head when I just felt like at that moment in time, I felt like I needed responsibility. I needed to grow up, and like music was it was my passion. I felt like I believed for so many years that it was my means to an end, but at the same time, at that moment in time, like I felt like I needed stability, and I was going into my 30s, and I was like, man, I need insurance.
But you were at your peak, so like, were you guys not making any money at that time, or?
I was making decent money with mainly with the acapella group. With the Titus Rodes band, it was, it's a little bit harder to make money performing live shows, because like people really don't, and they don't pay live musicians very well unless you're doing like private events. But if you're performing like at festivals or at the casinos and stuff, like you'll probably make $150 to $200, for 3 hours, which is
Per person or for the band?
per person, and that's like on the higher end.
Damn.
So I mean,
But it's crazy because like when you hear about like, especially like the music industry now, like that's where artists make their money, performing and going on concerts and stuff.
Oh yeah,
They don't make it off like Spotify and shit because it's like they get a cent or like half a cent or something like that per play. So like you would think that performing live would be like how you guys make your money.
True. I think if you're established and you have, like there's ways to do it. I think like I was younger and I was more hungry, and so I was taking a lot of jobs that weren't paying very well. I was very much into the bar scene, so like we would play at like in some of our favorite bars, which was great. It was a great experience at the time, and shout out to Flo's Kenwood Tap. That was one of our favorite spots to play at. And we would have great people there, so it was just the atmosphere was great. But it just, didn't support a means to an end. And for me, like I had to look at my future and just say, like, what do I want to do? Do you want to keep performing, or do you want to just develop some type of experience in the work field? And then, so I just had to make the decision to put music aside for a little while. And that's what I told myself. I was like, just for a little while. And so I don't know. I mean, I don't regret it, but at the same time, I mean, it was hard to do. It was really hard to do, but I didn't give it up from a production standpoint. Like I still produced music once I moved to Vegas, and that's when I started piecing together the Heading West album. And I made some other good contacts. One of my best friends, Alberto Soto. He's from Chicago and he's a talented hip hop artist, songwriter. We connected, and I stayed in touch with him as well when I moved to Las Vegas, and we collaborated quite a bit on music together.